Yeah, hi, my name's Taylor Price Tuffer. I'm a team manager at YouthInc. Myself, I grew up in South London, I grew up in Southwark. I grew up in a single parent home, and a lot of the influences I had in my life led me to a life of criminality. I was carrying knives, I was around negative influences, I faced exploitation, things of that nature. And because of that path I was on, I eventually met YouthInc, and with that, I moved forward into giving back to my community and using my own experiences to help others who go through what I go through now. The influences I had in my life, my normal was what many people may have perceived as negative behaviours. To me it was normal to smoke weed, it was normal to carry a knife, it was normal to be outside and to fight someone if he had problems with them. And the reality was I was very ignorant of my own mental health issues. And as I went through the work within the charity and I learned about my own issues, my own traumas, it helped me to understand and to develop almost positive behaviours that I'd never really acted upon, but I always knew were a positive thing for me. I just, like I said, was blinded by many different emotions. I couldn't go through my emotions, I didn't have a support system, and being around YouthInc allowed me to have that support system and have that space to learn and to develop in a positive way. Loving myself was key, I think. I don't think I've ever really said it in that way, but definitely I think loving myself was the biggest thing, because I never really thought I would amount to much growing up. I didn't have a lot of positive influences. Everyone told me the world was my Oyster card, but that didn't really mean much to me as a kid. I just kind of thought everyone around me doesn't have money, everyone around me is just the way they are, angry, belligerent, violent, all those sorts of things. I thought that's most likely what I would become. And once I realised that I didn't have to be that way and that the world didn't shape me, I shaped me with my own behaviours and my own actions, that's where I started to develop and move forward in a much more positive way. For me, how do I connect with it? I just feel being there as that young person who didn't know what to do with their life. I didn't know how to apply for jobs. I didn't know how to hold myself or to communicate with people in an effective way. I would just communicate with people on my terms and how I wanted it, and if you didn't like it, that's all you had to deal with. And being that young person allows me to really resonate with a lot of the feelings and behaviours that these young people are kind of showing and pushing forward, and I can't think of the word for it right now, but not experiencing the way that they hold themselves together. I feel that I'm able to relate with that completely, and that's what allows me to understand issues before they've almost become an issue, because I remember myself behaving in that way before those things occurred and when I was going through the exact same issues. I got a lot of goals. I think for me my biggest goal, like personally, is to work on the relationships in my life. My own relationships in my family is very difficult. Things have happened, things have been said, things have happened, things have been said, and some people feel like you can't go back from that. And for me, just to move forward and progress with those things would be great. And then also just to see my community flourish and see the people around me that aren't going through good times be better. A lot of the time people say they want to create businesses or they want to create work. I just want everyone around me to be happy. I think in the past 3 years, I've probably been the most positive I've ever been since I was a child, which, for me, my own issues, like the last time I ever properly really felt happy was with my nan. And I feel the same way I used to feel back then now because of the things I'm doing and the things I'm going through. I got a great connection with people on the program who are almost in a leadership role or coaching me, because if it wasn't for the advice that they gave me and the support that I was given and the space I was allowed, the environment to learn, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I feel I'd be very much still on a very negative path, and if I'm being honest, I might be dead or in jail. It's about recognising the support around me and what they're capable and willing to provide for me. I think as well, I've also accepted that there's work I need to do myself, and I can't always just rely on people or rely on spaces, but definitely being aware of what's around me and who can support me at what times is one of the biggest things for me when I am feeling down or when certain negative things happen in my life. Because of course, just because we move away from the lifestyle we're in doesn't mean we move away from the problems or the chaoticness of it. Your normal is where you're starting from. No one can tell you what's normal for you because only you've experienced that.